Hello, it's John from High Oak Junction. Welcome back to part 2 of the Embankment. I said I'll do a part 2 of it being finished, and so that's what I've done. It's just an odd bit of scenic work to do. Just got some line side fencing to finish off up on the upline. I'll just get to the where the plate layers up, but we'll have a look at it in finer detail later in a minute. I would like to say thank you for the new followers I've just had recent last couple of weeks. HC, Herman from Belgium, nice to have you on board, and Joachim Anderson, and Diesel Dave, and Tony from Tony Northeastern, and another follower, and appreciates the work I'm doing here at High Oak Junction, and John PW22, nice to have you on board too. And I'm glad you like the mug, mate. Here we go. There's the mug, my Bridgeware's mug. Just let you know, John, I got that from North Yorkshire Moors Railway the other year. So I've got a couple actually. I've got a black one and a blue one. So you might see the black one now and then on the old videos. So yeah, nice cup of tea. There you are, John. There you got the link and the famous mug. So what's been happening then since the last video? Well, like I said, we're finishing off the incline, and what we'll do, I'll show you in further detail in a minute what I've done, and at the end of this chatty bit I will done a little montage of the steps by steps I've done on the embankment of the scenic work, and some photographs chucked in, and then obviously this little running session of the J15 coming out of the main station at the bay, running on the branch line, so you get to see it in full operation. So couple of other things. At last I'll be getting a haircut. God, it's been driving me mad, this old mop. 14th of April, the big day, so this Wednesday it'll be cut, so I'm looking forward to that day immensely. And secondly, regarding High Oak Junction, is we've got good news about the extension. Past planning, we've done some search around for builders. We've got a builder, and he will be starting on the project in July, all being well. All depends on the weather from now till then. If the weather plays ball, then obviously July is the start date, and then that should take 10 to 14 weeks to complete. That means I'll have a nice storage yard on one side, the fiddle yard, and on the other side I'm going to create a harbour scene. So I can have two themes running. I can have a dock scene for freight, and then also at the same time I have my boat train in there, where the passengers get off the train to go on a ferry to go overseas for their holidays. So that'd be a nice scene to set. So that means what I'll do, just behind the camera here, there will be a spur off the branch line, and that'll run down where the current fiddle yard is, elevated, and then halfway along here there will be a Y point, and then the other one will branch round and drop down to the station, and then the other one will swing round into the new loft space, and then that'll drop down to the harbour. Then we'll have a line what currently goes into the fiddle yard that will obviously swing round to go into the harbour scene as well. So that means I'm going to have a viaduct just into the new roof space. So that means the line from the station will go underneath the viaduct, and then obviously they'll meet down at the same level when I get to the dock scene. And then that means I'll have a little river as well running through, so it looks like it's going out to sea, the river, like into an estuary. So got that as an idea. May have low relief buildings along here, like terraced houses, the back gardens of terraced houses, and then have the branch line running along there as an idea. So as from where I'm sitting, all this board will be lifted and disposed of, and the plywood put down. I'm not going to use MDF again. I used MDF for soundproofing purpose, but cutting it's dusty and it's a mess. And then I found out over these years it's been up here that has started to, it's a bit of warped. Even though it's not damp up here, it must just how it does over time. So I've decided not to do that again. So that will be all plywood from here all the way down. Even where the main station is, that's going to be lifted. Malcolm wants to redo the platforms and redo that again. So that'll be all redone. The cattle dots can just lift off. Just be the scenery work where the goods shed might have to be redone, but it's not the end of the world. And all the track work will be done from there all the way around. And then we're going to have a better sweep curve on the bend into the station because it's just a bit tight there. So we just want to make it a bit more of a steady curve as well in there. So that's the future plans for High Oak Junction. So so if you're watching this video, you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and then you can see the future projects being done on the layout, and you won't miss it. So so we're up to 254 followers at the moment. So so I thank you who have subscribed, and I thank you for all your kind comments too. Many have made lovely comments regarding the layout, enjoying the work being done up here. So I'm glad you are. So what we're going to do now, we'll go over to the embankment and just talk you through what I've done. Okay, what I've done, as you'll see in a video later of this stages for it, I've used different grasses on here, static grass. See here, this is a 12mm woodland scenic straw grass with a 12mm medium green, so it gives it a nice thick different colour shades of thatched dead grass. And that I've added here a bit of woodland scenics foliage, clump foliage on here, so more denser bushes. I've repositioned the telegraph poles, as you can see on there. They used to be down here on the main line, be running along there, but now, as you can see, I'm moving away, and now I've started to put in line side fencing that comes down top of the bridge and runs down here. And so far we just got up to the plate layers hut. This plate layers hut, as you can remember, used to be down that end where that curve is. It used to be situated between the curve and the branch line, but obviously we've moved that because obviously the space is limited now, so I decided to plonk it down there. I've fitted, as you can see here as well, some speed restriction signs just there, and I've got one up here, another one just there, and we've got further ones down on the bend signalling the coming onto a point with a 30 speed sign. The track, I weathered the ballast using a brown, I use this colour here, what's on here, it was rail match sleeper grime, and what I've done is sprayed into a little pot and added thinners and made like a wash and just toned down the ballast because that's a bit bright, so it's just gave that sort of dirty look to it. As you can see, it's not so bright now, so that's what I've done. Added different grasses. I've put the ranch fence along the back edge, so you can see there. Repositioned the figures. I've got a couple of swans, a little island there. I'm just going to add some more of that straw, make some more reeds around the edge of the pond there where them two swans are. Looking good. I'm pleased I took on the challenge of redoing the incline. As you can see, it's a lovely feature now in the layout. It's much more better than it was before. So there we go. So what I'll do now, I'll leave you to enjoy the step-by-step stages of the embankment, and we'll catch you again soon at High Oak Junction. So keep safe, keep well. I'll catch you soon. Bye for now. So what I'm doing now, I'm doing the static grass on the embankment for the branch line, the new incline. And at the moment, I'm using the old knock straw grass. And I got this in Germany when I was visiting my wife's parents. There's a model railway shop in her home city. So it's quite handy because it is cheaper to buy this over there than it is over in England. So I always stock up on my supplies when I go over to visit family in Germany. So basically it's straw grass, meadow grass. So I'll put that as a base on the embankment, and then what we're going to do next, I've got, because that is obviously 2mm, that static grass, then I'm going to put some of this static grass with woodland scenics, and this is 4mm light green grass, and it just gives it a bit of definition and depth to the embankment. So I'm going to do that, and then get some, then using hairspray, I'm just going to put some more sort of longer grass, probably some like 12mm grass, and probably get some horsehair as well to make some like bramble bushes on the side of the embankment there, as you would get normally on the embankment. And so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna keep going with the old static grass. I'm using, looks like an old tea strainer, but it's made by fine scale model railways, and it's brilliant for, especially with me, because I've got the sloping roof down here. So using the old knock Grassmaster, you can't get it in there. So for this area, so I get clearance, I use the old small tea straining one. So I'll crack on. I'll put a base of PVA. I just bought a big bottle from Juicens a long time ago, and it still lasts to me. So put it on nice and thick, the old PVA. So it's nice. I don't make it watery at all, like you would do when you're doing ballasting. I put nice and thick with the static grass. And see, just make a nice covering. So you start off 2mm, and you work up with the bigger layers of grass, get the different definition. Well, that's how I do it anyway. Okay, so I've been to my local model shop today, Eastern Trains, or Eastern Models up in Norwich. Get some woodland scenic static grass. So I've got a real good selection today. So what did I buy? Well, first of all, I bought 7mm dark green static grass. Sorry about the reflection, but you can't really. So I've got dark green. I've got a medium green 2mm. I've got straw 12mm, so nice long, so you can do long dead grasses. And I've got short 2mm straw as well, so it'll be like dead stuff in the sidings and the side of the track where there's not so much roots. And then I've got another 7mm medium green, another 12mm dark green, and 4mm straw as well again, and another 4mm medium green. So I've got a nice selection there. So, and at the same time I bought some spray tack woodland scenic stuff, so because I need that to spray on top of the existing grass I've got at the moment. And doing for the clumps, I got some tough tack, so I got that as well, so to apply on the grass. So let's have a look at the embankment. Okay, so I glued that with PVA there last night, so it's all gone off now. And now what I'm going to do, and I put 2mm not static grass on there, and now I've got this super tack spray, so I'm going to give it a light spray, and just not all over, just in certain areas. And I'm going to apply different shades of grass and different lengths to give that definition on the embankment. And then I'm going to got some of that straw grass, and I'm going to sort of make that in little clumps, so it's like dead grass as well on the side of the embankment. So so what I'll do, I'll give this a good old shake, and we'll give it a spray. I know what I forgot to mention, I have got some 4mm light green grass. So I'm just going to put a bit of light grass on that patch there, what I just glued, and get my knock grass static tool and apply the old light green. Now I'm applying 4mm straw grass now. We've got some light medium, so it's 4mm, and dark green 2mm now. Applying on this bit here. I have to use a small pipette because my other one's just split my bigger one, so it's going to take a bit longer, but luckily I haven't got much of a run to do. So there's a 50-50 solution of water and PVA, and there's a couple of squirts of fair liquid in there as well to make it more pliable as well. Ballast in between the sleepers. So all that's left to do now is do the edge of the track down the ballast there. So what I'll do, I'll more use neater PVA, just a bit of water so it's more pliable, and then sprinkle the ballast on that. Okay, so the ballast was glued down last night, so it's all yesterday, so it's all gone hard and gone off. So what I'm going to do now, I made a little solution here of Rail Match sleeper grime, added finishers, watered it down, and it's got a soft brush. And it's just toning down the ballast, just streaking it.